Hey y'all, this is Deep Track Zach. I am here today to do a special year-end video that I'm calling my top 21 of 2021. And what it is, it's my top 21 vinyl finds basically. Most of these are things I got a super deal on, like at antique stores, record store, collections that I bought. Not much of it's like eBay or Discogs buys or new stuff, although I got some good stuff like that, but most of these are just amazing finds. And I'm always amazed. I've been doing this a long time, but I'm still amazed of how many things you can find there out in the wild. As many people as are collecting now, and the knowledge is growing to the general population of how valuable some records can be. But I'm telling you, if you work hard enough at it and look enough places, you can find some absolute killers, some deals. But I'm going to do this alphabetically, and I don't have any notes, so I might mess up some years or something or misspeak, but I'm going to do it alphabetically. And this first one, this is a garage sale find. I bought probably about 100 records back in the late summer at a garage sale, and this one actually absolutely blew my mind. I looked at the first few and then just said, yeah, this is going to be a good deal, and I grabbed the whole stack. I didn't see this till I got home. It was deep in the stack, but it's an Australian pressing of AC/DC Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap from 1976. I think some people call this the chicken legs pressing. But yeah, it was a cheap garage sale buy, and worth a whole lot more money than I paid for it. It says Australian pressing on Albert Productions, Albert Records, near mint condition. So yeah, that's the first one. AC/DC Australian Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. All right, next we're gonna get to the Allman Brothers. This is the one I paid the most money for. I'm not gonna disclose that, but I bought it from Rob the Wax, the VC member. He was selling some records for a friend. This is one of my favorite, top 2 or 3 records of all time. Everybody knows it. Allman Brothers, Fillmore East, 1971. But this is something I've wanted a long time. I've had a couple original pressings, but this is a white label promo. First ones come off the press. And some of these I've showed before in previous videos, but there's no way around it. I got to show them again for my top 21 video. Yeah, just incredible. Near mint, excellent to near mint condition. White label promo of Fillmore East. Gatefold. And the road crew on the back. There you go. All right, this next one I found at a local antique store, and it was way underpriced. I guess the owner of the antique store didn't realize what he had, but it's a OG pressing on Blue Note of Donald Byrd's Mustang album. Said I went to the antique store. I wasn't necessarily looking for this, but when I saw it and pulled it out, I knew it was a deal. I think I paid around, $20, and it's probably worth 60 or 80 or more. Not really sure, but Donald Byrd, Mustang. All right, next one alphabetically is The Byrds, Sweetheart of the Rodeo. I love this album. There's nothing really extra special about getting one, I guess, but I had a repress for years and years, and I've just kept my eye out for an original pressing, and that's what this is. I finally got me an OG pressing of Sweetheart of the Rodeo on Columbia, 1968. Everybody knows this country rock landmark album. You Ain't Going Nowhere, I'm a Pilgrim, Christian Life, You Don't Miss Your Water, Hickory Wind. Graham Parsons is in on this one, along with Roger McGuinn and company. Blue Canadian Rockies, Nothing Was Delivered. Great album. Finally got me original. Sweetheart of the Rodeo. All right, here's one of my big scores of the year also. I also had a repress of this for many years, and I found at a record store, believe it or not, priced really cheap, an original Captain Beefheart, Safe as Milk, 1967. And I didn't know it at the time, but I think this is one of the more coveted pressings, the red label. And the record store owner had it priced at $15. And if you know much about this, I think this is worth into the triple digits. Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band, Safe as Milk. Good blues rock, if you hadn't heard it. Bordering on avant-garde, but I really love this record. Captain Beefheart's vocals and his harmonica, amplified harmonica playing. Great album, great find. All right, next we're gonna come to this. I also found at an antique store in their record bins, and I've been looking for it for a long time also. This is an original pressing of James Carr's You Got My Mind Messed Up. Great Southern Soul on Gold Wax Records. Another one that's worth triple digits. And I think the guy at the antique store had it priced $30. I got a bunch of records at the time, and I think I talked him down to about 25 on this one. So he knew he had a good collectible record, but I don't think he realized how rare and collectible this is. Great Southern Soul music by James Carr. Some of the standout tracks are Pouring Water on a Drowning Man, the opening song. His version of The Dark End of the Street, the Dan Penn, Chips Moman song. Great version of that. Lovable Girl, and the last track, You Got My Mind Messed Up. Great song, great album, and a great find for 2021. I found this one back, I think in January. It was one of my first big finds of the year. Here's one of the big ones also from that same garage sale where I got the AC/DC Australian pressing. And it's Def Leppard's Pyromania. Nothing super special about the record. I mean, some of y'all might love it. I like it, don't love it. I have a lot of good memories of listening to it with friends back in the day when it came out. We were first getting into rock music. But what makes this super special is I took it out and I didn't realize it, I think, until the next day when I really dug deep into the box of the garage sale buys. I flipped around on the back and it is signed by every band member, right close to the pictures of the shelves. So yeah, Phil Collen, Steve Clark, Rick Savage, Rick Allen, and Joe Elliott right there, the arrow on the end of his name. And I looked on the internet, not at all of them, to compare signatures, but the Joe Elliott is spot on. So I don't know where the previous owner got them signed, but they are legit. I guess it'd be kind of neat if it was on the front, but make it maybe a little more valuable. But since their photographs are on the back, that's why they signed them there. But yeah, I'm gonna hang on to that one. Although I'm not a huge Def Leppard fan, but that was just good, too good to be true at a garage sale. It was an older couple, I guess. I don't know what the story is, but their younger son must have left them behind at some point. Didn't want them, or sadly might have passed away or something. But there you go. Let me speed this up. I got 21 records, so I need to move a little bit faster. All right, this is one of my most recent find, one of two in here. I went to the Atlanta Record Show about a week ago and came to a guy's table who had a lot of jazz and soul. And some of it was a little pricey, but this one wasn't. He had this priced at $25. This is an original Johnny Griffin sextet, Little Giant, on Riverside in VG Plus condition, original copy. I think this is from 1962 or 63. Look at that beauty. This has got Johnny Griffin on sax, Blue Mitchell on trumpet, Julian Priester on trombone, Wynton Kelly on piano, Sam Jones on bass, and Albert Heath on drums. What a lineup. Beautiful record. And there's another, he had another one that's worth a couple $100, I think, maybe more. Johnny Griffin Sextet, got it for $25. All right, where are we at next alphabetically? Griffin. Here's one I got in a collection of a couple of hundred records that I bought for myself and for the store. And I knew about this artist, but I didn't really know much about this record. I knew some stuff about his earlier stuff. This is early. This is his second or third record, but Gil Scott-Heron and Brian Jackson, Winter in America. And I love the first song on side one, Peace Go With You, Brother. Great soul jazz record. Like I said, I bought it in collection, got it really cheap. I'm not sure what this is worth, around $40, $50 maybe, on the great Strata East jazz, soul jazz label. So go ahead and show you the label. Winter in America, Gil Scott-Heron and Brian Jackson. Check it out if you hadn't heard it. All right, here's another one from the Atlanta Record Show earlier in the year, maybe in the summer or fall. I was at a guy's booth that was selling a lot of mostly country records, older country records. But once again, I don't think this guy knew the value of these country records from the 90s, but I got a OG, which this hadn't even been repressed, but Alan Jackson, Don't Rock the Jukebox from 1991. And it was priced cheap. I think I got it for $3. It's on Arista Records. And if you know anything about like early 90s country, it's kind of making a comeback. A lot of people my age want it on vinyl, and there weren't many things at all pressed on vinyl, which really needs to be done, which was pointed out by my brother Andy at Next Play Records. He made a whole video about early 90s country records that need to have a repressing, if it was ever pressed on vinyl at all. A lot of it wasn't, but here's one of those rare ones. Alan Jackson, Don't Rock the Jukebox, 1991. Heck of a find. All right, we're into the M's here. This was my other one a week ago from the Atlanta Record Show. I've been looking for this record for a long time, and I think there's lots of repressings, but it's I got an original Wes Montgomery Full House live concert in Berkeley, California. Wes Montgomery's, one of the greatest jazz guitarists of all time, and this is an unbelievably smoking hot jazz gig by him out in California. Once again, Johnny Griffin is on sax with him on this one. Wynton Kelly on piano, Paul Chambers on bass, and Jimmy Cobb on drums. I got this for $15, and it is, like I said, an original on Riverside, the blue label. Great condition, and finally got it in my collection. All right, this next one, this is an album I also already had. I've had it in different variations, an original stereo. I think I've had a repress. One of my favorite artists of all time, Fred Neil, self-titled album from 1966. And this is an original mono pressing, which I have never had a mono on Capitol. If you don't know Fred Neil, he's a folk rock pioneer. Great singer, baritone singer, songwriter. A lot of people have covers his songs, like the opening track on here, The Dolphins. Linda Ronstadt and other artists have done great versions of that. I've Got a Secret. That's the Bag I'm In. And the big one that was covered is Everybody's Talking, which is on this first track on side 2. Harry Nilsson did a huge hit cover of that, but I actually like Fred Neil's version better. He does some other songs on here like Sweet Cocaine, Green Rocky Road. But yeah, got me a OG. There he is at a live gig, I guess. Fred Neil mono. Got this at a garage sale for a pretty good deal. All right, here's another record I've been looking for a long time, and I finally got a deal online. I think I've shown this in another video, but it's the Spanish pressing of Sticky Fingers by the Rolling Stones, one of my favorite Rolling Stones album, a lot of people's favorite, I think, but I actually prefer this cover. It's got some kind of West Indies syrup there with the lady's fingers coming out of it. But yes, Spain banned the original cover, crotch shot cover. And this one's a little weird too, but apparently the powers that be in Spain thought it was more appropriate than the other one. So there you go, Sticky Fingers Spain edition. Here's a basically unattainable record in original pressing unless you want to pay $1,000 and up. And the reissue is also hard to find, but I found it early this year online. That's Pharoah Sanders' just album called Pharoah from 1977. This is a 2020 reissue. This is a great spiritual jazz album. I just love that style and genre of jazz, early 70s to mid 70s. But this is on Alternative Fox label, and I think they're actually calling this an unofficial version on Discogs, bootleg in other words. But it doesn't look and sound like a bootleg. Sounds great. Even had a hype sticker on it. But yeah, I love side 1 of this album. It's one song called Harvest Time. Absolutely love that song. The vibe and the sound of it. And on my channel, you can check out a video of it that I made, a slideshow video of Harvest Time, if you want to look it up. Deep Track Zach, Pharoah Sanders, Harvest Time. Get a good sample of what this record's all about. Love it. All right, this next one, this is an antique store find. At first, when I glanced at it, I thought, oh, nothing special about it. It's a great album, but Steely Dan's Asia. But I looked a little closer, and the cover had kind of a different glossiness to it. And I opened it up. Everything looked the same. I pull the record out, and it's a red colored vinyl. I thought, whoa, I've never seen one of these. I've seen 100 copies of this, but never seen a red vinyl version. I looked down at the bottom, and it is a Canadian pressing on ABC Records. So I'm keeping this one, selling my old black vinyl American pressing. This is a special one, and it was priced basically $10 or $15, I think, like any run-of-the-mill copy of this would be. But it's worth more than that, $50 or $60, maybe more, not sure. But Steely Dan Asia, red vinyl, one of my best finds of the year. Okay, here's another record, jazz record from the 1974 that if you want an OG, you're gonna pay a lot. but I found a reissue. This is from the UK of Harold Vick's Don't Look Back from 1974. I think this reissue is also from 2020, last year. But this is one of my favorite jazz albums, y'all. It's right up my alley. That early to mid 70s sound. Not necessarily a spiritual jazz, just laid back, soulful groove. And Harold Vick plays saxophone in this. I think he plays tenor sax, alto sax, and he plays the flute on a couple of songs. Great musician, songwriter. Harold Vick. I think I got this on eBay for a buy it now price. Good, fair price. But check that out if you haven't heard it. I've also got a video slideshow on YouTube, a sample of this. Which song did I do? I think I did Lucille, a video of Harold Vick's Lucille on my channel. All right, we're getting toward the end here. That was Harold Vick, V. All right, here is a record that an artist is involved in that I love, one of my favorite artists of all time, and that would be Link Wray. And I've got pretty much everything I want of his, but I found this at a record store. Just couldn't believe it. Never seen it in the wild. But this is Link Wray, Mordecai Jones. Link Wray actually doesn't sing on this. The vocalist is Bobby Howard, which he's pictured right there. He goes by alias Mordecai Jones on this record, but it was recorded with Link Wray and Doug Wray, Link Wray's brother, Bobby Howard, and Billy Hodges on organ and piano at Link Wray's 3-track shack in Maryland back in, I think this is from 1971. It was recorded around the same time as Beans and Fatback and self-titled Link Wray album where he has the Indian headband on. There were a series of 3 or 4 albums that were recorded around the same time, 71, 72. But also, I noticed the sticker on the back at the store and pulled it out, and it is a white label promo, which makes it extra special. And it was priced fair as usual at the record store I go to in Clarkston, Georgia, called Records Galore. Give him, Ken, a shout out there. But yeah, that's one of my finds of the year. All right, got a few more here. I got several in the Y letter. I actually found this on the same day as that Mordecai Jones record. And another record that's not super special. I love it, but what makes this one special is it is a promo. I saw the promo sticker, and you know, sometimes that'll be on there, and then a copy of the record inside is not a promo, but this one was. White label promo by Yes. Close to the edge. You just don't see promos of Yes in the wild. They sold too good and people have held on to them. That makes this one pretty valuable. And I paid about the same price I would a regular edition. There you go. Okay, here is another promo from the same record store. This one was priced a little bit more than a normal edition, but I was willing to pay because, once again, one of my absolute favorite artists of all time, Neil Young, and I got Zuma on a promo. Sticker was right there, bright and bold on the front. And at first I pulled it out and I thought, wait, that's not a promo, regular orange Reprise label, but it's got promotion printed over on the side there. Not for sale, promotion on the other side. It's the only Neil Young promo album I have. Like I said, I paid a little more than you normally would for this record, $20 or $25, but it's worth more than that. Zuma promo. All right, here is a record. I've been looking for this on vinyl. I have it on CD. I've been looking for it on vinyl 20 years plus. And love this record, love this artist. That's the late, great Steve Young. He died a couple of years ago. Too young. I mean, he was in his early 70s maybe. But country rock singer-songwriter, pioneer. This album is hard to find, and I just never could win a bid on eBay, never could find it for a good price anywhere else. Discogs, never seen it in the wild. And I finally, I guess some people were sleeping on it, I finally won it for a good price on an eBay auction. It's original on A&M Records. I don't think this has ever had a good repressing in the US. There's a Japanese reissue. But yeah, great album. If you've never heard it, check it out. It's like a soulful country rock for the Beatles, right around the time of the Byrds, Sweetheart of the Rodeo. I think this is from '69. He does a cover of the soul song, That's How Strong My Love Is. Awesome song. Rock, Salt, and Nails, Utah Phillips song. One Woman Man. The original version of Seven Bridges Road that the Eagles made famous. And this one's just as good, a little more subdued than theirs without the vocal harmonies, but great version, his original version of Seven Bridges Road. Kenny's song, great song. But finally got it. Steve Young, Rock, Salt, and Nails. All right, here's my last one alphabetically, and it's another Young. I got this in a big collection I bought here at the store that somebody brought in. Once again, probably about 100 records. And I think I put this on a wish list a couple of years ago on Discogs, listened to a few songs and liked it. And it's another soul rarity, Southern Soul. This was pressed in Shreveport, Louisiana, by Jewel Records. The label's actually called Soul Power, but it's Tommy Young from 1973. Do you still feel the same way? Great album. I mean, this is kind of like Aretha Franklin. She's not quite as flashy as Aretha Franklin singing, but really similar. The Purple Soul Power label. And there's the back. But I got a steal on this, y'all. It's another one of those things where I just looked at the first few records from the person and said, yeah, this will be a good investment. And was digging through them, and this was deep in the pile. I mean, I probably paid $1 or $2 each on the records. And I think this one's another one that's worth triple digits. It says DJ copy on the back, but it's not a promo. They probably didn't press any promos. It's, you know, a small label, Louisiana, and I mean, I'd be surprised if there were 500 or 1,000 copies of this pressed. But that's it. That's my last one. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was a little longer than my normal, but I had to get 21 records put in it. So I hope everyone has a great Christmas and a great New Year. Hopefully 2022 will get some of this COVID mess out of our lives, and we'll get back a little bit closer to normal next year. Thank you everybody for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. Till next time, I'll see y'all then. Bye-bye.